Morning Circuit Riders, it's a wet morning down here near Cape Cod at Gateway to Cape Cod 1,000 Trails. And for the past month, I have been staying up in Boston at Bryn and James's house, helping out with the babies, spending time with them, while Jason has been coming back and forth from the RV. We're about an hour away from them. We've had a wonderful time with them. Jaron has come over from his place in central Massachusetts. Jason comes up from the RV. And the other day, we took our granddaughter out for the afternoon because James and Bryn were busy. And we went to Minuteman National Historical Park, which is where the Revolutionary War started, and also to the Walden Pond Visitor Center. I've been reading Walden while I've been in the Boston area this year, so I wanted to go visit Henry David Thoreau's spot where he lived near the pond. But it was raining torrentially that day, and Jaron and I kept just kind of darting in and out of the car with the baby, with Jason, taking turns trying to see things. So I'm not going to do a whole video on that, but Jason and I are hoping to go back and do all that again on a nice day. We can stop and visit all the sites and really take our time and show you that. But anyway, there's some clips of us darting through the rain. But today I had to come back to the campground because we have to move. So as you know, 1,000 Trails, it only allows a 3-week stay at a time. And twice a year with our membership, you can add on a 4th week for $29. So usually when we're at Gateway, I add on that 4th week every time so that we can extend our stay near the kids. So we've been here for 4 weeks, but now we have to move. So we usually jump between Gateway and Moody Beach in southern Maine, which is an hour north of them, a little over an hour. So we kind of hop back and forth between these 2,000 Trails to spend as much time with them as possible. So I've come down today so we can move just like 2 or 3 hours up the coast up to southern Maine. So we're getting ready to leave Gateway to Cape Cod right now, but we're having a little problem. Jason this week noticed that our hydraulic tank in our front storage bay has come loose. The plate that holds it to the RV, the bolts have backed out, and the whole hydraulic tank was just free floating. Who knows how long it's been that way for.
Resting on stuff, so it was not. Yeah, and so it was hanging, and there's a lot of sturdy things that kind of kept it. Plus it was resting here, so who knows how long it was sort of bouncing, but there's a little bit of support. But there's a combination of this L plate that then is bolted through the back to these 2 holes right here, and it's supposed to hold it dangling up there, and that was separated.
So we're having trouble getting this wrench into those holes up there to ratchet behind this plate.
Yeah, that'd be the easy in the sense that we could be done with it. If not, we'll have to take out, there's 3 bolts on both sides, so 6 total, where this plate, we just have to take it off and put it on. It's one of those classic.
We're trying to get out of here in a couple hours.
Yeah, but we knew we were saving it for today because you were with the baby, and
yeah,
we'll get it figured out.
Now, there are other things plugged into this plate, like the battery connect.
Yeah, now just swing out with it.
So we turned off the power to the RV while we're working on this.
Yeah, just in case something, closes the circuit between a couple pieces. Didn't want to short anything out. So we loosened this metal plate. It's got some stuff that's hanging on, which is fine. And now it should be easier to line up the back. Bolt this stupid thing in. All right, we got the bolt started here on one of them.
We did put some Loctite on these as well. We spend a lot of time filming things in this generator bay.
A lot of things come to a head in here, and figuratively and literally. All right, we got this on, and now we're putting the plate back on, and it's going swimmingly.
So those little tiny bolts that were holding the plate in are not going to be able to go back in because it looks like they were cut after the originals were put in.
Yeah,
they're very stubby.
They're a little... No, I'm going to come in real close.
Stop.
I think this will be long enough. Oh, those are nice.
We got this little ratcheting combo wrench set from Harbor Freight. It's been really great. It's got a ratchet on one end and then a crescent wrench on the other end. So Jason's using a little tiny one to get these screws in here.
And there we go.
There we go.
There you have it.
It's a little project before we pull out of a campground.
Yeah, it was scheduled for now.
If I had been here the whole time, we would have already had this done. Ow. Every time.
But we'll see if it's still there when we get to Maine. Who knows?
We absolutely love this campground because of its proximity to Boston, but
Providence.
and Providence, Rhode Island. But it is the dirtiest campground like on the East Coast. There's some places in the plains of Canada and North and South Dakota that are dusty, but this place is sand. All the ground is sand here, plus there's pine needles everywhere, so there's sap and sand on everything. Whenever we leave this campground, just everything is filthy and sandy, and but we put up with it because of the grandbaby and the kids. You know, another thing that was a little bit weird here at Gateway that we've experienced for the first time in 5 years of coming here is that we had virtually no internet here. And I know, different parts of the campground can be dead spots, but it's really unusual for us not to have working internet here because we usually can work here on Zoom and our computers all day. It might be slow, but we usually have something. So we got here and our AT&T was really bad on our hotspots, and then we tried to get on the campground Wi-Fi, which wasn't working at all. So then we went up to the office and she said, oh yeah, the internet provider that we had for the campground went out of business and didn't tell anybody, so all of a sudden we lost all of our internet. Now they, as far as we know, do not have a replacement option for this yet. So poor Jason's been here struggling for the past month, trying to do anything online. Luckily, I've been at Bryn, so I've been able to work there. But I would not have been able to work here if we had been, stuck here trying to work. So, the staff here at Gateway is very, very friendly, always super helpful, but they're not what you would call technologically inclined. So, internet is a low priority for them here. They've never had internet in the office, as far as I can tell. You always have to kind of step out of the office to get a signal and then go back in and do your business. So that's another drawback of here. But again, the location outweighs all the problems. So this situation has prompted us to think seriously about getting Starlink. We've been on the fence for Starlink for a long time. The plans seem to change a lot. You can roam with it, you can't roam with it. It's this much, it's that much. And we haven't absolutely needed it before because our AT&T hotspots always work great. And when we're in Florida, at our spot in Florida, internet service is included in our maintenance fee down there, and our homeowner's fee. So we don't really need it for like a third of the year. But we're about to head up to our land in Maine in a few weeks, and I think Starlink would be an asset up there. And in this situation, there are rigs here at Gateway that have Starlink out. We haven't talked to them, but people are using it, so it must be working. So that would have really helped in this situation.
Campground.
Hi, we're checking in for Jason and Lisa Condon today.
All right, I'll let you through. Stop by the country store. We'll check in.
Great.